All right, so good morning, everyone. Good morning, programmers. Welcome to our new topic for this course. So for today, we are going to discuss about functions or methods in other programming language. So when we talk about functions or methods, so yeah, functions and methods are a block of codes or statements which are written in through a it's actually organized in a name which will invoke an actions once it is called. So we've been actually surrounded with functions, especially in here in C++. We have actually used certain functions like this one. Main is actually a function. Okay. But in C++, we only have limited functions. Comparing to Java, Java has actually a lot of functions. Like there are thousands of functions there that we can use. So these functions that are available for us to use as a programmer are called built-in functions or predefined functions. So again, when we talk about functions or function is or will invoke an action once it is called. So when we talk about functions, there are two kinds of functions. The first one is a predefined function, and the other one is a user-defined function. Obviously, when we talk about predefined, this is function which is built in, or functions which are built in APL or programming language. User-defined functions or user-defined function is a function that is created by us, no? Created by uh, someone who is external from an organization or something like dili ka appeal sa developer or team sa paghimo og language. So that's user-defined function. So created by us, no? So predefined built-in function. So actually we have been using different functions like if is actually a function, but to give you more of a function, we have actually under CMath library, like for an instance, if you guys want to know the square root of, let's say, 81. So you have this as a function. So function square root will give us the result of square root of 81, which is actually 9. No? So now, um, what is this square root? This is actually a predefined function or built-in function in a Java, in C++. If it in the event no it won't work on you, you must declare it under CMath CMath library. Just in case na dili siya mugana sa inyo ha, you can actually declare it, declare CMath library. Okay? So, or CMath. Ayan. All right. So, you have here, you can have here the square root of 81 is like 9. Okay? So, you can also do something like b raised to the power of 5 is, so you have here pow, and then 3 raised to the power of 5. And then you have here also absolute value. So when we talk about absolute value, what's the absolute value of, let's say, 21 or negative 21 is, of course, 21. The same, no? I mean, negative, kwaon niya ang sign value. So these are some of the functions that we use in our program, or we can use in our program, and that is, and these are available for us to use. So built in, meaning magamit na nato siya every time we want them, no? So for string, katong to upper, to lower, length, size, as well as to string. Those are built-in functions. Now, speaking of functions, we are not going to focus on those built-in functions. Okay? So what we're going to do now is we will go there, we will be focusing on user-defined function. Okay? So uh, as a programmer, it is important for you to know how to create your own function. Because when you know how to create your function, the benefits that it can give you is actually, or are actually, number one, you are able to organize your codes in a way that it is lesser and it is readable. Readable in a sense that your codes are organized into methods. Okay? So once naka-organize imong codes, okay, you will only go directly to a certain method or function where it is, or where there is an error. So necessary lang nato nimo tong function na nag-error. So at the same time, recyclable. You are able to recycle, meaning since it is a function, or it is already created as a function, you can just call it. If you do so, you can just call it if you want to execute it in your program. So meaning the function is just there going to behave, and then it will only invoke an action once it is called. So that is a function. Okay. Now, like this, no? So we have here square root, pow, abs. So since these are built-in function, we just have to call them. And if you want uh, and it performs a certain or specific task. Now, let's create our own function. Example, let's start with the basic one. Okay, in C++, functions must be declared. Okay, so must be declared. Actually, ang style niya ani, or ang ano sa lang function, almost, if not, I'm not mistaken, tanan siguro, but to be safe, almost, but all PL must declare, or must declare its function rather, to or from outside of the main. So must be declared outside of main. So meaning to say, dili pwede na ang function na to ma-declare inside of a main. It should be declared outside of a main. So sa C++, you can either put it in top of main or at the bottom. Okay? So sa other programming language, you can actually place it anywhere. Like pwede sa top, pwede sa bottom. But in C++, there is there are actually things that you will need to consider when you are going to declare your function at the top of your main or at the bottom of your main. So I will give you here an example. I have here like void message, and I'm going to make this function display hello, hello, welcome to my my program. Okay, say for an instance, you have that hello, welcome to my program. And then if you're going to call that in your program, you just have to call it like message. Obviously, if you're going to ask me then, na sir, unsay purpose anang function ng message, wherein pwede raman ako ni i-declare dira sa main function, like mag-declare day ko drag main see out hello, welcome to my program. Why would I have to put it in a function and then i-declare na ako siya and then tawagon na ako siya dira? Okay, actually for now you won't be able to appreciate it, but think of this way. that if you're going to uh, in your program doesn't have anything like, 'di ba? Sa imong program, let's say this is your program and you have hello welcome to my program, and then let's say in a certain program you have cases, let's say nag-switch statement ka, then case 1 ka, and then mag-display kag hello welcome to my program. So what you will do is ibutang nimo na siya, hello, welcome to my program. And then what if in the case 3, kailangan nimo siya tawagon again or kailangan nimo siya mag-declare og hello, welcome to my program. So you do that again. And then what if naa kay part sa imong case na butang na po ka case 5, butang na po ka og hello, welcome to my program. Now, instead of doing that, though manageable lang siya kasi one line of statement lang. Okay ra, no problem. Okay? But what if this would require you like 3 or 10 statements. Sa isa ka like dili lang na hello world, like naa pa jud kay other like 10 more example lang ha, 10 more statements here. And then we don't know kung unsa na. Example lang na siya. Natay 10 statements here. So what you will do is, of course, you'll need to do this, retype it again and again and again to every case. So instead of doing that, you'll just have to use the function. So you'll take advantage of the function by instead of in ana, imong buhaton is you call that function. So example, ana. Okay? This is just a sample so you don't have to repeat the code every now and then in every case. All you just need to do is call it in your program. Okay, so obviously this will not like simply we don't have a switch statement here, so this will not run. So atong buhaton is ato lang siyang tawagon in a plain programming. So let's say message. So there. So you have here the message, and then it's actually grouped into one name, which is message, and then it is actually giving you the output hello welcome to my program. So as you can see in your main, medyo limpyo siya kasi you have actually separated your void message function that displays something, or let's say if it has more statements there, no? So which is in the future mao na inyong buhaton. Okay, so that's for function. Okay, another one is this one. Example, I have here the a function that adds 2 numbers. Okay, I have here add, let's say void add, and then in C++, this is how you create a prototype for function. Actually, when you declare a function on top of the main, that is in C++, we call it as function prototype. Okay, so it is a declaration of a function. Kasi when you declare your function directly here sa like below, it is another story. So when you declare your function to be like to have here like num or num1, and then this will have num2, and then let's say you're going to have here the sum of let's say num1 and num2 is num1 plus num2. So if you're going to create a function outside of a main, but it is placed at the bottom part of your program or bottom sa imong main, this is not allowed in Java. In C++. So example, we have here add. Okay, we are going to call that function. So 2 and 3, and so as you can see, it will give you an error. So why? Because you don't have you don't have a prototype for that function. So once you declare it below of your main, it requires a function prototype. So if this is the function prototype, this is what we call function definition, okay, or body of your function. So if you plan or you decide to place your function below of the main, you'll need to create a prototype for it in order for that to work. Okay, so that is how you actually uh, create functions in C++. Either, okay, either you create prototype first or and before you actually define your function or put a definition in it. So what I'm trying to say here is that if you're going to do this, dapat naka-prototype siya bago nimo siya ibutang definition. So now, sir, what if dito na lang ko magbutang sa taas? Okay, kung magbutang ka dito sa taas directly, you don't have prototype. You can go directly with definition or body. So, automatic na siya mo run. Okay? So, now, what we're trying to say here now, sir, is you mean na dili na lang may maghimo og functions at the same time, again, at least dili na may maghimo og prototype. Yes, in most cases, you do prototypes sa imong function and programmers tend to do that. No? So, kasi ang idea nila is that the functions are declared there sa taas but only prototype para makita lang niya unsa na mga functions ang naa sa ato ang class and then later na nila butangan og definition. Okay? You can do that but you can actually go directly with like this. So, it depends on unsay preferred nimo na ways either ang function nimo dira or imong function is or must be declared here. Any will do. Okay? So, question before we proceed? Hello?
Wala ako, sir.
Wala,
Wala.
sir.
Okay. Okay, good.
Ay, sir.
Yes.
Wait lang, sir.
Optimus Prime. Oh.
Hmm?
Kaning sa kan, sir, ba? Sa katong kanang int num, sir. Pwede wala int num, sir.
Asa dapit?
Kanang gibutang namo sa void, sir ba? Ay, wait lang, sir. Itong nine kana, sir.
Ni?
Yes, sir. Pwede na wala int num, sir, no? Na program, sir.
Pwede. Pero that's, I'm actually going there.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, good. So, very good question. Sige. Now, saan yung mga gipang chat diri di ay? Choppy kaayo ako net, di na ako madungog si sir. Sorry, so di mo madungog akong golden voice. Putol-putol akong tingog sa inyo, ha?
Optimus Prime.
Dili, sir.
How? Siyempre, golden voice. All right. Sige. So this time, what we're going to do is, I'm going to discuss to you the different types of functions. So na different types of functions in C++. So types of functions in C++. So number one, natin ginatawag na non-value, okay, or void function without returning. Okay, without parameter. Okay, without parameter or other terms, we call it arguments. Okay, so parameter or arguments. Next, okay, non-value returning, still void, but with parameter. So with meaning na siya parameter or arguments. Third one is value returning. Okay. So value returning without parameter. And the fourth one is value returning with parameter. Okay? So, upat na siya kabuok. Ang ano lang nato by 2. So, pag may tag non-value, pareha na non-value, basta void. So, we talk about void, meaning naka-void ato ang function. So, that's why ang int nato na siya, ang uban butangan nato return statement because required na siya value na i-return. That is value returning. Okay, when we talk about parameters or arguments, kanang function or argument na imong ipasa to a function. Okay, example ganina sa square root, nagpasa ta og value na number. So that's function with parameter. Okay? Then nag-return siya og value. So that's value returning with parameter. Okay? And we'll go over this one by one. Okay. So to start with, since naana ko dire message, hello everyone, welcome to my program. This is actually function number 1. So non-value or void, ayan, returning without parameter. Okay, so let's have number 2. Okay, so upon calling it, ayan, okay, una is if magbutang taog function, let's say string message, this is actually number 2. Okay, welcome to my program. You type, tapos dungag na to si message. Yan. You type then message. So upon calling these methods, you will need to, una, first is kaning number 1, this is what we call method call. Okay? And then you have here a message, okay, another message. Okay, by the way, if you're confused kung sir pareha lagi na message, actually this is what we called in polymorphic method in OOP. But sige, para di mo ma-confuse, butangan na nato siya message 1 kaning isa, message 2. Okay? And then butangan nato og message 1 kani message 2. So ang message 2 required na siya og parameter. So anything na ibutang nimo dire, let's say you type I love you. Okay? Okay. So let's say mao na ato ang functions, message 1 and message 2. The other one has parameter. Both sila non-value returning, so 1 and 2. And then ang message 2 nato is function na naghatag og value but it does not return any value pero na siya gina-display. So that is with parameter. Ang iyang parameter is string. By the way, when we talk about this one, okay, so this is the parameter of the parameter that is in that function is what we call formal parameter. So message is actually a formal parameter. Anything that is defined or stated in the as an argument of a function is what we call formal parameter. So a function that is during method call is what we call actual parameter. Okay, mo nang 2 types of parameter. So this is actual parameter. So I love you is the actual parameter because that's the actual value that you pass to this message to that the message is going to hold. And whatever the value is of that message is going to be something that is declared here. So you have here the formal parameter. So a message is formal parameter, I love you is the actual parameter. Okay? So upon running this program, okay, you just have here, wala dahil tayo \n. Butang sa itong \n or end line. And L. So, and L. All right, run. So this would give us welcome to my program. The other one is welcome to my program and then you type I love you. So kanang I love you can be an entry. Pwede na siya entry from user. Let's say na siya entry string str and then cout enter a string. And so, and then you can have here, let's say, cin str. And then instead of here, okay, I love you, you'll have here, you will type here str. So anything that the user may type is going to be passed into your message to na function. Okay, so this is what it will do. So enter a string. Are you okay? Sorry. You type hello my message to str. You type nganong man ni? Ay okay kasi get line dapat get line. Cin get line ta no. So itong get line cin that get line cin sorry. Cin and then str. So para kwaon niya tong entire line. Okay? Are you okay? So you type, are you okay? Yan. So getLine is actually a built-in function. Yan. So built-in function. Anything that has open and close parentheses, that is actually a function. Okay. So question before we'll proceed with 3 and 4.
Ako sir nasa.
Yes, unsa man.
Bali pwede dili mo gamit og kanang int nam sir basta kuan sir no basta void lang sir. Mga string. Yo ba? Pwede sir no.
Unsa?
Kanang ita sa naglibog og sumutan. Kanang kuan sir mga mga program sir kanang mga gamit og int sir.
Oo.
Pwede wala sir no sa void imong gamiton.
Pwede. Anyway,
Oh,
do. Wala
thank you,
man
sir.
siya problema kung maggamit kag integer dira. Okay ra na siya.
Okay sir, thank you sir.
Okay. Actually, later on, magbuhat tag inana na function. Sige. Now, napay question? Okay, so paspasan na to kay hapit ng time. Now, I'm going to create another function, but this time, value returning, kaning duha. So, if maghimo tag function na value returning, it should be something like, so kung unsa imong data type, mao na ang value na i-return. Example, maghimo tag message 3, and then, so value returning without, so meaning walay parameter, walay argument. So here, you'll have to have return statement. So let's say, return hello, ay kanikopyahon na lang nato ni siya. Okay, and then \n. Yan. So, hello, welcome to my program. And then we are going to copy another one. So, message 4 na punta. This one will have parameter. So, ayan. Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome to my program. So, pwede nimo na siya ingon, instead of message, pwede nimo siya like name, string, name. So, pwede na imong parameters, meaning duha imong parameters. So, upon calling this, so duha imong actual parameters, upon calling this, duha kabuk imong ipasa na value. So, pwede ka na ingon, hello, ako budoy, bitaw. Hello, let's say name. And then, welcome to my program. You type, okay, so tapos ihang message. Kung sa ihang message. Ayan. So that is how you call, that is how you create, okay, 3 and 4, or you implement 3 and 4. So kaning 3 and 4, tawago na to siya. have here message 3. Okay, so then message 3. And then let's also call message 4. So let's say ang message nato is, will you marry me? Okay? And let's say ang name niya is, let's say, um, Lee Chu Nun. Okay, so right here, notice that if you're going to run our program, this would not display anything. Okay, this does not display anything except for message 1 and message 2. Okay, hello there. Pero sa ato ang message 3 and message 4, walay ni display. Will you marry me? Yan pangalan, let's yun nun. Wala siya display because this only returns a value, but this does not mean that you display the value. So, normally, ang mga returning statement, kung napansin niyo ganina sa square root, kibutang na ko siya sa cout. So, this requires a cout statement. Normally ha, but I'm not saying all. So, normally, butang na to na siya og cout statement para mo display na siya unsa to imong gusto i-display for that function. So, notice here, so ang message 1, message 2 pa ni siya una, hi there. Ayan. And then, so kung napansin niyo, ang message 2 nato is message 3 di ay, hello, welcome to my program. And then, kaning message 4, una na siyang hello, Lit Cho Nun, so which is the value of name, hello, Lit Cho Nun, welcome to my program. You type, so mama na siyang you type message. You type tapos message niya which is, will you marry me? You type, will you marry me? Ayan. So, that's it. Now, that's a function. So, another one is, so let's say, maghimo kong function riha. Another function. I'm not gonna be asking you on say output ani, but I'm just going to ask you. Okay, so this will reverse the string, of course. No, this is a function that reverses a string. So basta i-reverse niya, ibaliktad niya. Okay? Now, what is this function? Unsa ni na type of function? Unsa na siya na type of function? Is it value returning or non-value returning? Hello? Any guess lang? No, I'm not forcing everyone. Sige, unsa inyong guess ani? Okay, question na, is it value returning or non-value returning?
Non-value. Value.
Non-value?
Value returning ata, sir. Lang.
Very good. Value
Eh, sir,
returning because dili siya void. Basta gani void, meaning non-value returning na siya. And then napansin po nimo na return. Okay, return niya ang hold. So unsa man ang output ani, i-return niya after unsay mahitabo sa hold. So which is ang string nag-reverse. So mao na siya, ang tawag na to na niya value returning. Now my next question is it is it without parameter or with parameter?
With ako, sir.
Okay, very good. With na, di na tayo magpadugay-dugay pa. With parameter, kay naa siya ay parameter. Ang walay parameter, katong walay sulod ang diri nga parameter or argument. Tama, okay? So, therefore, this function reverse is under function number 3. Number 4. Okay? So, asa na to? Under number 4, value returning with parameter. Okay? So, how about this void process? Unsa ni siya nga function?
None, sir.
non-value. More non-value.
Non-value, tapos
With
Without
parameter.
Ay, ito to, sir.
With parameter.
non-value with
With
parameter.
parameter, sir.
So, tanawon jud ninyo klasa, non-value pag void, value pag string, int, double, ana. Pag naay parameter with parameter, pag walay parameter without parameter. So, you can actually call this function there. So, reverse, let's say. Pwede na to tawagon siya, no? C out and L. So, let's say sa to reverse, no? Reverse. So reverse. Ayun, na tayo reverse. And then i-reverse daw nato si John Paul. Okay? And then we also have katong isa na function, C out function, let's say isa process. So ang process na function is process tapos 3 str in times. Okay. Try daw nato ning butang. Akong nabay mo gawas. Okay, so you have process, wala jud eh, dili siya Java document. Anyway, so we have process that string, let's say ang string nimo is GPians, and then times is let's say 5. So, based on atong program, ang isa i-reverse, ang process kay GPians, tapos i-display down niya 5 times. So, that's the process, actually the ano. So, let's check on our function. Okay, so what happened? So because it's void ito, no? So void, dili siya value returning. So void mo na ito. So muna tan-aw ninyo, void o non-void. Ayan, so enter a string muna. So let's say start. Ayan. So, hello, let you know, blah, blah, me, wala lagi na reverse. Anyway, so GPians, 4 times lang po siya na display kasi dapat equals ni siya. Ang sa reverse na to kay tanggalon daw na to ni. So, balik. Yan. So, John Paul, Luap, na-convert siya into character. Ang instead na mautong na siya special characters. So, John Paul is reversed into John Paul. Anyway, so that's what we call functions, no? sa certain mga different ways on how to declare a function. Okay? So, question so far?
None, sir, none.
None. Okay, very good. Sige. So, yeah, that's it. That's for function. So, if you don't have any questions, I guess I will cut our discussion here. Tama? Okay na? Wala tayong questions?
Wait lang, sir. Unsa yun, sir,
As-
pag void kaning value ay, ito, sir.
Non-value returning.
Salamat,
Pero,
sir.
oo. Wala siya i-return. Oo. So, another one pala is, let's say, kung i-convert nato di siya into string, if you want na mag-return ni siya value, pwede po ni siya mag-return of value. Like, again ha, pwede ni mo siya i-convert. Again, I'm just showing you different techniques on how to actually create a function or different functions or define your function. So, pwede na ni mo siya i-value returning. So, example, ana. And then, let's say \n. And then, butang ni mo siya diri og to string. And then, let's say I. Yan. Oh, sorry. They need to example, ana lang. And then, let's have here. Oh. 1, mag-display dapat siya 1, 2, 3. Ayan na lang, \n. Sorry. And then, return na to siya 3, hold. So, pwede, i-convert na nato siya into value returning. Depende na sa imuhang gusto na function. Again, depende sa imuhang style, depende sa imuhang what would you like to achieve. Example ha, to ni siyang ipang saan ang comment. And then, so since value nag-return to siya og value, ayan. So we have here cout process, let's say 10. So this will display 10 times of GPians. Ayan. This returns a value. Okay? So, yan, that's actually a function. So, to give you the parang recap, sige. So, you have non-value returning, basta gani void, non-value na siya tanan. Basta defined ang imong function with void, non-value na siya. Pag with parameter, meaning walay sulod ang parameter. Example, katong isa dire, no? So, walay parameter. Pag with parameter na isulod, regardless kung integer ba, string ba na, double ba na, it's okay. Tapos, pag value returning siya, mag-define siya with data type. Integer, double, string, float, character. Depende sa imuhang i-return na value. And then without parameter o with parameter. So, these are again techniques on how to actually create functions. So, para mas ma-relate ninyo siya, i-relate nato siya ang functions as lovers. So, let's say lovers, no? Let's say, okay, para mo-relate kay murag ganahan mo na. Let's say function number 1, non-value, okay, or void returning without parameter. Kung imong lover is function number 1, as a function na as a lover na function number 1, this function or this lover does not expect you to give something and return also and also expect that it will not give you anything. Nakuha? So kung lover siya, ayaw pag-expect na tagaan ka niya because wala siya nag-expect na tagaan po mo siya. That's lover, that's function number 1. Okay? Si function number 2 naman, okay, it is expecting you for you to give something, but you don't expect na maghatag siya sa imuha, mag-give back siya sa imuha. no? Sad kaayo if inana tong lover. So always siya nagapangayo sa imuha na kay ginapanghatag sa iya pero wala siya gina-return something. Okay? So that is non-value returning with parameter. So how sad if inana ato ang lover. So at kaning isa ka lover nato which is kung number 3 siya value returning without parameter. This is a generous lover. Why? Because although we don't give anything to him or her, pero nagabalik siya, naga-give back siya. And remember, wala siya naga-expect na mga hatag ka saya or what. So, pwede ka mo wala dyan siya, di siya mo dawat kasi it does not give you or require you to give him or her anything. But naga-return siya og something to you. Meaning, nagahatag siya balik, naga-give back siya. Okay? So, gwapo kayo ni na lover si number 3, no? Kung atong lover is under function number 3. Okay? Pero kung ang lover na to under function number 4 or i-describe na to siya as number 4 lover or function, ang function number 4 kay as a lover is dapat na kay ihatag bago ko na ay ihatag pud sa imuha. So, ginatawag na to siya give and take. Okay, tagaay ko inani, tagaan po ta ka in return. So inana si number 4 lover. So kung tan-aw na to, balik ta diri sa mga functions, message 1 kani, okay? You don't give anything to it and expect wala po siya ihatag sa imo in return. That's function number 1. Function number 2. Okay? It gives you give something to him or to it but it does not give you anything in return. Okay? Wala siya ibalik. Pero na siya ginabuhat pero wala siya ibalik sa imuha. Pero dire, okay? You don't give anything to it pero na siya ginabalik sa imuha. Expected na always yun ni mo madawat kani. Hello, welcome to my program. I-return kaya siya return. Though wala kay ihatag sa iya na value pero i-return na siya i-return or ihatag sa imuha. Kaning number 4, okay? You give something to it and then it also gives something to you in return. So muna ilang kalahian. Okay? So I just hope inyo hatong nakuha in that lover something comparison. Question? Question. Napay question? Wala na?
Wala na siya.
Wala ko, sir.
Wala,
Okay.
sir.
Wala na kay basi maabot ta sa laing istoryahon kay padulong na biya ta sa uyab, no? Padulong na ni sa lahi kay uyab na biya, lover na. And then paniudto na ta. Naunta sir pero nakalimot ko mao na. Okay. So para anang question naa kay question nya human na ako itubag, ako ibalik og return. So mo na tawag na value returning with parameter. So ni ask a question sa ko ana ko ibalik sa imuha. Pero kung ni question ka tapos wala ko ni answer, wala ni hatag og answer, meaning wala siya gina-return na value, then therefore that is a function with value returning without parameterized value function without returning value. Ayan. Kaya wala ko gihatag, wala ko give back sa inyo ha. Okay? So ano man ni? Unsa man ni? Wala na. Why question kay maniudto ta?
Wala
Okay?
na, sir.
All right, sige.
Wala.
So
Okay na,
attendance
sir.
ata. Oh, attendance ata ay kasuko. Oh, attendance. Asa naman to si Myla? Napas Myla dire? My loves.
Yes. Yes,
Wala,
sir.
selfie na daw.
Yes,
my loves
sir.
my loves attendance.
Mana, sir.
Oh,
Ay,
sendi ko
bongga.
my love sendi ko sa attendance sa midterm kay para i-encode na ko ang mga present kung kinsa to ha.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sige. So mag-screenshot lang sa ako for an evidence.
Dapat naman kung nang may kulungan siya eh.
Okay, so I guess that would be all. Thank you guys for joining in. Have a great day. See you guys tomorrow. Ay, next week na di ay. So bye-bye.
Bye, sir. Love you.
Love you